Good morning, everybody. We're here at the beautiful Canyon Lake, Arizona. Sun's about to rise here soon, but what I'm looking for is a panorama and some symmetry. As you guys can see behind me, I got some really cool cliffs, which this lake is known for, which is called Canyon Lake. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my standard 24-70 lens, and I'm gonna turn vertical, and I'm gonna get a horizontal panorama, stitch them together in Lightroom, and hopefully find something really nice. Like I said, I just kind of came out here on a whim this morning, decided to wake up and make a little quick trip out here. I wanted to take you guys with me. So got some color coming up right here. So the sun's getting ready to come up. Waiting for the sun to hit the mountains back here. See if I can get something kind of cool. Like I said, I'm just worried about reflection and symmetry and some light. So see what happens. All right guys, so we're starting to get some sun way back here on these mountains, and the reason why I go vertical is because I can get more information top to bottom, and then I can just take, 6 shots or so. I think I'm taking 6 shots right now, going left to right, and it's always better to capture more information, so I go a little wider than I want the crop to be, because I know, like I said, I can crop more, but it's always better to have more information. Later on you can always crop, so better than not having enough. Now what I've done is I put a 6-stop ND filter on to smooth out that water, and then I've got a 4-stop grad gel, soft grad ND filter, both of the Benros. If you guys haven't seen my last video, I did a review on these Benros, which are by far my favorite filters. So now I'm just waiting, like I said, for a little bit more light to hit on that. I got a little bit of cloud in the sky, some nice reflections, and I think this is going to turn out nice. I don't think I'm gonna do any wide angle shots, even though we got some kind of cool, like little pools here. The problem with doing a wide angle right here is the background is kind of far away, so they'll get lost in that background with that wide angle lens. So anyway, gonna hang out here for a few more minutes, take some more pictures, and see what we can get. All right guys, so I'm gonna head home now. I'm gonna stitch it together in Lightroom. I'm gonna show you guys how I stitch it together. It's really easy, nothing too hard. I'm sure you guys already know how to do it, but I'm gonna show you guys just how I do it real quick. And I think I'm gonna do this black and white with the long exposure of the water to give it that nice smooth look, and it's gonna have that kind of that fine art feel to it. I think that's what I'm gonna do anyway. And I really wish I had a second camera. This is one of those mornings where it was so nice. It was the opposite of, you guys saw my Death Valley video the first night. Absolute insanity. I was kind of running around because there was just light everywhere and color everywhere, that it was real frantic. And this morning I sat in one spot, just taking panels as the light changed, and nice and relaxing. It was really cool because I had a big old catfish swim by. I had ducks that were right in front of me diving, and I just stood absolutely still, and just birds around here. It was awesome having everything just kind of come around. We're not paying attention to me. Half the fun of landscape photography is just being out and enjoying nature and just having the light change and just being out here away from the crowd and away from people. For me, it's nice. I like being away from people. So like I said, I wish I had a second camera so I could be, filming some of this stuff, which is funny. I just said that because like literally 3 minutes ago, I just got the notification from B&H Photo that my Sony a7 III has just shipped, which means I got to buy a lens. So I'm getting, I believe it's the Sony 28mm 2.0, I believe is what it is. Was recommended to me by my buddy Brian Lackey. Thank you, Brian, if you're watching this. And so hopefully in a couple days I'll be able to take that out, and hopefully it'll give this channel a bit more of a cinematic feel. No more GoPro, which is what I'm filming on right now. And that with the crane, be able to get some real nice cinematic shots. And obviously still taking shots with my D850 because that's never gonna leave my hands. So yeah, looking forward to it, guys. So let's get home, let's get on Lightroom, and I'll show you guys how I stitched my panoramas together. All right, guys, so I've selected the photos I want to take. I did 7 shots. I've already kind of pre-edited them before I started recording this, so I just kind of matched exposures, white balances, that kind of thing. It's important to kind of just go through and make sure that everything is matching. You're going to get a little more shadows on the right side because that's where the sun's starting to come up. Let's go ahead and shift and select all the photos. Right click and go to photo merge and panorama. Wait for this to load. All right, so now that it's done, I'm looking at it. Right now it's on cylindrical, which I like a lot, but I want to check out spherical. and see what that looks like. No, it doesn't look too bad either. Let's try perspective. I don't like that one too much, so either cylindrical or spherical. Let's take a closer look here. All right, I think I like cylindrical the best. I don't have auto crop engaged because I like to do that myself. So everything else looks good. I don't mess with the boundary warp too much because now if I was to go with perspective, I would do like a boundary warp, and you can see what it does here. It kind of, well, obviously it warps the boundary. So like I said, I don't like that. So I'm going to go cylindrical, no boundary warp, auto crop is unchecked, and then I'm going to go ahead and hit merge. All right, so the panorama is done. It looks pretty good. Actually, I like it a lot. It's way blown out over here. Now, when you do a panorama, you sync all the settings across, you know, you're going to get the same settings in the panorama. So obviously my white slider is way overblown over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the whites back down from where I had it. And it's going to bring it back a little bit. I'm going to bring down the highlights, but not too much because then you get like a really weird look. So about right there. It's still, according to the histogram, it's not blown out, but you can kind of see the sun's about to come up right there, so it is a little bit blown out. I got a blue channel up here that is a little underexposed, so I will just, with a tone curve, select the blue channel and just bring it up just a little bit there. Let's see, turn that on and off. All right, so now it's properly exposed. Everything looks pretty good. I was gonna go black and white with this. I really love how it gradually goes from like a really warm to the blue just for that sunrise. I love it. I love it a lot. One of the things I like to do a lot, it doesn't always work, but I'll come down here to the camera calibration and I will go to the blue primary and I will bring the saturation. I'll try it all the way up first at 100. And what that does is that takes the blue in all the colors across the entire spectrum and saturates just the blue, because every color is made up of red, green, and blue. And, you know, like I said, so that way the warmer colors get saturated only a little bit, and then the cooler colors get saturated a little bit more. So, and I find that the red channel usually needs the least amount of saturation. So I like that. I like the way it looks. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit there, and then I'm going to click it on and off to see, you guys can see the difference. So you guys can see how it just changes just a little bit. It just saturates everything just a little bit there. Brings a little bit of life to it. A little bit of life to the red, a little bit of life to the blue, which is nice. If you find that the blue is a little oversaturated after doing that, come here to the HSL slider, go down to your blue saturation, and this targets just the blue by itself. Okay, the camera calibration targets the blues in all the colors. The HSL slider targets just the blue, so you can bring that down if you know, like I said, if the blue becomes oversaturated. So now, the only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to crop it, get it to where I like here. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit, and then what I'm going to do here is, because I don't like this area, I'm going to just kind of get it out just a little bit, but I want this right in the middle of the frame, so I can bring this in just a little bit. That way it's got that nice symmetry. I got the horizon right dead in the center. And yeah, I'm ignoring the rule of thirds because when it comes to symmetry, when it comes to reflections, I throw the rule of thirds out the window, and I try. The rule of thirds is funny. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. Anyway, I like the way this is looking here. I want to bring it in just a little bit more to the start of this, where you see this little knob here on the mountain. Just bring it right there, and then this is the exact middle. I know this is kind of off center. I don't like that, but that's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this over just a little more till that's right in the center. Right. I like it a little bit right here. So maybe I'll bring this in. Yeah, anyway, let's look at that. All right, that looks fantastic. From here now, I'll take it into Photoshop and I'll usually mess around with it and kind of experiment. Maybe do a white and black to kind of see what it looks like. And I will show you guys that I'm not gonna go through the whole post-processing because it usually takes a while. Usually I like to kind of just mess around with it a little bit and test a couple things out, see if I like something, see if I don't like something. So I'm not gonna take that's too long a video. That'll be in another video. I'll go through post-processing. But anyway, yeah, let's see what I'll show you guys my results right now. Alright guys, so that does it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys on the next one.